It's coming up to 2:30 and the battle has a little bit of a lull after the preceding, well, 2 or 3 hours of quite intense combat. Let's have a look around the battlefield and see how we're getting on. So let's start at the north here. Stepping back, we can see that Mockturn has fallen to the Prussians. It was only a matter of time, and actually MacDonald met his end there as well. The first sort of major leader to, first corps leader anyway, to lose their life so far in the battle. The French have set up a line here, an advance coming around here, but mainly the Prussians have taken this area here. The Russians have sort of just kept out of artillery range. A lot of their artillery was broken early on, so that's coming, or disorganised early, and that's coming forward, so they're waiting for their artillery there to relaunch the attack. But quite pleased how that's going there. It's still quite tough on the French there. You can see there's still some units, Russian units here, and the odd Prussian coming back here. But Mockturn fallen has been a great success. You can see, you know, there's still, the problem we're going to have shortly is that there's a few routed units in here, and the problem is the routed units use their forward movement towards their line of communication, so they're going to start moving for other units, which can lead to a cascade of routing. So Ney and various other leaders have been running around trying to sort those out, but it's difficult. You know, if you don't go for the rally attempt, they don't move. If you do and fail, which is quite likely when they're routed, then you're in a lot of trouble. So that's going to be something pretty problematic shortly. You know, also by the fact that their lines of communication, which is this road here, is threatened by the Austrians. We've sort of let it slide. The French at the moment, they haven't really needed to reinforce that. At some point they're going to have to get this line clear. We can see, you know, there's a Polish unit here. I've tried to rally a few times, and it's you know, because they move their full movement 6 hexes, you know, that's got that far already. So at some point we'll have to try and clear this side. I mean, this is good defensive terrain here, so you know, there's very little chance that the Austrians will push up here, but that's going to cause a few problems. That's something that Napoleon has started to think about, as that becomes obviously far more important as the pressure on Leipzig. So if we're around here, you know, this is looking to the north, we can see we have Leipzig here, we've got the Young Guard moving through there. Now, all that and of Napoleon sending the Young Guard forward, it's not until I started moving them that I realised quite how reduced Mortimer's Young Guard units are. Lots of casualties, so we're not actually really sending that much across there. But there's really very little else that can go over that direction at the moment. So they're just going to have to, you know, just see if we can hold on. Okay, now to the south, we can see that the French lines kept moving back. So we've got a relatively line there. This has been relatively static. There's a bit of an artillery duel going on here. This is the Young Guard artillery here, which is holding the Allies up quite a bit, and obviously they'll go charging into there. Here, I mean, there's been artillery barrages going either way, but pretty similar to earlier. What tends to be happening is that there's a lot of artillery here. I wish I had it over the other side of the river, but I don't have it here. But I can start filling in, and just over time they just whittle these guys down. And we've got some units coming back, but there's not a lot there to push on. So I think very little is going to happen there, at least until the French line gets pushed back, which I'm sure, well, I'll talk about that in a minute, not just pushed back, but it might have to move back. Here's the line looking from the Allied side. We've got a lovely straight French line there at the moment, with sort of cannon at various points, old guard cannon here, which is sort of dissuading any of the guys to Allies to come forward. There's like an artillery duel here, which the Allies are getting a slightly worse off at the moment. Where things have been moving a bit has been at the top here. I think I said in the last video, one of the things I wanted to do was try and stretch out the French line this way. The French are obviously wise to that, and they've got a few mobile reserves here. So they've got these reserve cavalry, which should be, by the end of next term, will be down to completely unfatigued. But here we had the Russians and the Austrians coming up here. We sent in a lot of the guard cavalry, and again, I didn't realise till I sent them in quite what a bad way the guard cavalry, and there's not an awful lot there really. to try and blunt the attack, but it hasn't really had a lot of success. We've had some cavalry charges up here. These guns are a little bit isolated, and they've sort of taken this line here with only who we got down there. Let's get that in focus. We've got 51st Infantry there. Okay, actually, that should be on top of there. Okay. We have been trying to win the cavalry duel around here. I mean, these are mainly Cossacks, but some relatively good cavalry there, but they've sort of come to a standstill. I think these guns are probably full next turn. Come and get into focus, machine. So that's sort of where we are at the moment. Now it's just moving on to 2:30, so another 3 hours of daylight. Napoleon, this is a pretty strong line. I think that can hold there relatively well. But what I really need to do, because I know the Allies will need to push on, is to ensure that the French are in their defensible positions for the next day before nightfall. I mean, the vast majority of those French units do have at least one reduction, so I want to be able to rest them all night to regain that one. So the French can regain that one, but the Allies have to move round ready to encircle the position. Then maybe the French get a bit of advantage. Of course, the Allies might just wait. I mean, the time's sort of on their side now. There's a fair bit of forces coming close to their demoralisation, but there's still a bit of work to be done. So the opportunity for the French to win any successful attacks at the moment, that time's gone. They lost an awful lot of artillery, especially over here, which is a bit of a shame for them. But they need to make use of what they've got. So they really need the Allies to batter on them so they can get that defensive fire first. So with, like I say, sort of 2.5 hours, 2 hours to go actually, because it's just coming up to 2:30, is that really this line will need to withdraw to get some defensive. Also, I think what we need to look at for Napoleon is using those interior lines as an advantage. You know, if they could bring their units into this area around Leipzig, they've got some good leadership here. That should really help with the rallying, sending units back and forth, combat advantages. I think obviously you don't want too small an area here because they are outnumbered. So you don't want to let the Allies just smash their way in. So that's what we're going to be thinking of doing. So I think probably the French are going to carry on what they're doing, is falling back. They do have, like I say, this cavalry here is quite good. I think that will hold the Allies from doing any nonsense over here. I don't think they're going to make any progress there at all. And they're just bringing up a few more guns, so it's probably a good time to do it now before they get all their artillery set up. And I think we'll probably be looking at a line here, across. I don't know what we're going to do up here. I don't know what we're going to do up here at all. I suppose the Prussians are going to be a bit squeezed here. Then they could come through the woods actually. Let's go and have a look at the map over there and see what the Allies' options are. I haven't really thought this far forward yet. See, though I've been avoiding this, there's no reason why troops can't infiltrate through and end up this close to Leipzig. So we need some units here. This line here looks quite a good line to defend. This river here looks like a quite second line to defend. We're going to go back there already. It's just lacking units for this area up here. Yeah, just lacking units here. I mean, the garrison can come out, and I think the garrison will have to come here or up here. We'll have to have an attack here. Don't know when that's going to happen. It's a little way away from Napoleon to give orders for that at the moment. Or no, I think Ney's over there somewhere in the fighting. Right, so there we are. Lots of thoughts. I mean, the difficult play at the moment is Napoleon's play, though. You know, you have to be careful. I was a little bit rash down here a turn or two ago, where the Allies thinking, oh, I've got this and you can quickly find yourself in a poor position. But you know, there's a lot of the French have rallied, so there's not many French on this side. There are here just where the battle's been here, and you can compare that pile there to the lack of the Allies here to show you that that's gone very well for them. And the same over there. Anyway, that's what we're up to. So I'm hoping the next couple of turns will be relatively quick, though the Allies are going to keep their eye out for any chances for cavalry charging, any opportunities for cavalry charging. And if over there these guys drop their guard when they're redeployment, I'm sure they'll get in there as soon as they can. Blue will make sure of that. Okay, there we go. Just coming up to 2:30.